Man, that was one hell of a side story. I mean, Chloe's back here with Joshua, so anything else you want to say? Oh, cure all with, or cures KO for everyone. Oh, that's 100% heal. Okay. Sweet. You know, we still have to start chapter 3, you know. we still need to get to the sealed area and the connecting portal to the third. So wait. Pro tip, damage output in this game is directly related to arch strength. Wait, what do you mean by that? Wait, I mean, like, of course, arch strength, like, has to do with arts output, or what do you mean? But that's kind of just speaking the obvious, isn't it? Or do you also mean, like, with how, like, crafts and S-crafts are calculated with damage being dealt? In other words, Chloe's the palm farming master. Oh. So wait. This is kind of a question I was kind of wondering about too. With S-crafts, does it take like either like the highest of either strength or arch strength into how their damage is calculated, or a combination of both? Or how does it work? Because like some of them, like, you know, look like physical attacks, some of them look more magical in a way. But like, they don't really specify how it calculates that damage. So I can't tell what exactly, like, I should be boosting. That's why, like, with certain people, or I think with Chloe even, I was kind of reluctant to use, like, Sanctus Nova or some other S-breaks, or S-crafts. Does the wiki mention anything about, like, the damage formula, or, like, scaling on certain things or something like that? I mean, maybe I should, in hindsight, I should have tested it out. Because, like, I could have, like, what was it? Let's say I was farming with Chloe. I guess I could have tested with, like, with nothing, with mind, with attack, and with mind and attack. Don't want to know the formula? Yeah, sure. Like, this is a thing that I was kind of wondering, like, or not really, like, openly wondering about, but just, like, kind of wondering in my head, like, does it matter for S-crafts because of, like, how it is as, like, a special attack itself? Because I would think that special attacks, like, or part of me would, like, be hopeful that it would do something like either a mix or the highest of the two. Whether or not it's magical or physical damage, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, that's also, yeah, wait, does it take... Oh, wait, like, what was this reminding me of? I think this is reminding me of hidden arts and how they work in Tales of Berseria. Because, like, hidden arts, they're calculated by, it does the damage is based on the highest of either your strength or your, what was the art stat called in Berseria? Well, whatever, yeah, your strength and your art stat. And it takes the lowest of either the physical defense or your magic defense in, like, Berseria, if I remember correctly. With hidden art specifically. So I was kind of wondering if it was similar to that with how the S-craft calculates its damage. Or if it's something completely different altogether. But yeah, it's kind of been plaguing my mind for quite a bit. See, so Josette still needs Okay, let's switch in Josette real quick. But yeah, do you have a link on to like the damage formula somewhere, Neoluke? Or are you gonna type it up in chat? Just wondering. I prefer like a wiki link though, if available. Okay, everyone is now at tier 2s. Actually, I wonder what this, is this available? You're currently, oh, you're typing out the formula. Okay. Oh yeah, I haven't talked to anyone here. Thankfully, they're all in one convenient spot. This Lord of Phantasma seems intent on challenging us to some kind of game. Just what that game is, I don't know. But it's possible that it has something to do with the many rules of this land that seem to exist. If the Lord of Phantasma wishes to challenge us to some kind of game, there must be a set rules or logic to it. A set of rules or logic. Either way, if you find anything new, be sure to let me know. It's clear the Lord of Phantasma is not a foe to be underestimated. Unfortunately, we just don't have enough information to try and work out who they really are, if we only had more clues to go on. I'm curious as to who that ghost that appeared in Grancel Castle is too, and sadly we're left with no more clues towards solving that mystery than we do any other. I'm simply glad that Her Highness is safe and well. There still seems to be every chance that plenty of others have been captured in the same way. We should hurry on and aid them. I'm shocked that the Grancel we explored was a replica of the real thing given its scale, but one thing is certain now. That Lord of Phantasma we encountered is the one responsible for all this. I'm sure of it. Considering... Sorry. Hold on. Considering we're always traveling using warps and the cube, it's hard to be sure. But it feels like every time we arrive at a new plane, we're moving farther and farther downward. That makes me wonder what's at the bottom of Phantasma.
You ready?
I had just finished writing in my diary before settling down to sleep when I took a glance out the window. When I did, I saw a bright light, and next all I could see was white. I see. I'd forgotten how you can see the port from the castle. Yes. Judging by all I've heard, it sounds as though the first light I saw was the cube activating. Then I was drawn in here with everyone else. If only I'd known what was going to happen, perhaps I would have been able to do something after seeing the first light. That's, well, let's look at the positives. We're never gonna run out of food or water or anything while we're here, right? So I'll pitch in with the cooking too, so don't worry much, okay? In that case, perhaps we can cook together later. I'm not a bad chef if I do say so myself. Besides, I think it'd be easier to calm down if I could take my mind off things. Oh, sure thing. You know what? Yeah, I'd totally be up for that. Yeah, it kind of makes me wonder whether when people would say they'd be totally up or down for something. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird when you think about it. When someone says they're down to do something or up to do something. But yeah, I'm up for some whatever, or I'm down to do some this or that. Huh. You know, that's really weird when you think about it. Chloe's the crown prince of the borough, right? Maybe it's just me, but it's kind of sort of maybe a bad idea to lock someone like that in one of those ceiling stones, right? That Lord of Phantasma should get the death penalty when we catch him. No, I'm not much in a position to be judging people here. But the Lord of Phantasma should get the death penalty when we catch him, if you ask me. Okay. So, who do I want to carry into the next chapter? So for sure Chloe. It's been a while since we've seen her. As for As for the fourth, I'll need all of them. If only I could bring everyone. It's not like they'll pull a Fairy Fencer F ADF where they increase the party limit from 3 to 6, if I remember correctly. Speaking of Fairy Fencer, I've owned Fairy Fencer ADF for a long time since it came out. I just never found the time to play it. Because like I streamed Fairy Fencer F originally, and I kind of got a subpar ending in that all the recruitable characters I could have gotten, I got them all killed. Yeah. You want to know the dumb thing about that? It's a level requirement, at least from what I remember reading. What was the main character of Fairy Fencer, or main character of Fairy Fencer named again? Bang, I think? Like, if he's not at a certain level, because I thought that you had to, like, do every side thing you can to, like, meet some arbitrary requirement. No, you needed to meet some arbitrary level requirement that I didn't grind to. And then everyone I could have recruited, aside from a certain someone that involves getting a certain amount of fairies, that one's obvious, or sort of. Aside from that certain someone, every other recruitable character I've basically killed. Yeah, I was very upset when I read up on that when I finished the game. Because, like, who would expect to be at X or Y level when you get to certain characters at certain points in the story? And it's like, oh, if you're not the level, they just off themselves or get offed by something. But if you're at that certain level, it's like, I guess something happens or changes, and it's like, huh, maybe I'll go with you after all, instead of just committing suicide. I'm like, sure. I'm still hung up on that. Who do I want to? Oh God, I really want to bring Tita. Like physical damage dealer, or in terms of arts, we got 2 people already. I don't know. Joshua's like super overpowered with his crafts. If we just want raw damage, Muley's pretty decent.
Let's move out.
Let's go, Joshua. Sorry, Tita. You know, I think it's actually faster to go from here and to load back here than it is to actually walk the distance. Okay, so before we go actually progress chapter 3, there's something I forgot to do on stream, which is go grocery shopping. Oh yeah, speaking of, is there... I don't know if there's any side thing that opened up. You know, I kind of wish there was an option for a bulk purchase. Like, for anything that's not triple digit, I kind of wish there was, like, a buy all of the cheaper items, I don't know why I'm making this so redundant, but yeah, I wish there was a bulk purchase for the cheap items. This would be so nice for some QOL. Ah, okay. There we go. Alright, so anything around here? Oh! Oh! There was something here. Several issues of the Liberal News. Huh. Oh, okay, yeah. So this was from. So this is the Liberal News from the last game. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of nice that they have all this stuff here to give you a reminder of the story so far with like the Liberal News from Trails 1. When will they give you the Liberal News for Trails 2 though? Oh, there's a damage formula. Hold up. So like, final damage equals fixed damage over plus a bit of random damage. So fixed damage equals 6 times final attack, or final attack stat, I guess, after the buffs and all that stuff. Final defense. Final attack over 2. Okay, so that's the one over 2 equal. So that's attack and then the strength buff. Wait, with that fixed damage line? Hold up. The over 2 is its own thing. Oh, okay, whoops. I should have separated that. So final attack is attack plus, or final attack is with the strength. Oh, okay, that's just like your strength stat, okay. Plus craft revision? Plus status revision, chain revision. Elemental buff, final defense is defense and status buff. Random damage is from X to 3x minus 1, where X equals fixed damage over 15. Okay. And arts damage is 1.2. Arts strength, or 1.2 times art strength, where physical damage was just directly related to attack. The only difference was in first chapter where fixed damage was final attack minus final defense times 3. Oh. Wait, so fixed damage is that, but fixed damage from what you just told me is all of... Oh, okay. So wait, so what does that exactly mean? The difference between... Or how do I interpret the two formulas going from first chapter to this current formula? So 6 times final attack minus 5 times final defense over 2 are all over 2. And first chapter fixed damage equals final attack minus final defense times 3. So I take it that attack... So that's 3. So I guess attack scales better with the later games than it did with first chapter. It feels like, or I think attack scales better in the damage formula than it did with the first chapter, where it took attack minus defense, basically, as opposed to 6 times attack minus 5 times defense, all over 2, or something like that. Okay. Okay then. I'm not sure whether or not I remembered in first chapter whether or not I cared about using physical damage over arts all the time. I remember in the end of or what was it? For second chapter, I remember using people's physical attacks a lot more. So wait, arts damage. So was arts damage Oh wait. Arts damage. So wait, do I expect the same? Wait, with the final attack and defense thing, does it do you just swap it out for the arts related stats? So then like 6 times final attack would be 6 times art strength? Or wait, no, that wouldn't make sense, right? Given how low people's arts defense values are? Huh. But yeah, does anything on the wiki or wherever you're reading from mention how oh wait, I guess is that the craft revision? I don't know. But is there anything that directly says like what S crafts are related to which damage stat if it does rely on one or the other? That's the main question I have. Like, let's say Julia's S-Craft, does it scale only on strength, or a combination, or just art strength? And if, regardless of how it scales, is it physical or is it physical or magic? That's like the thing that's been kind of bothering me. Guess detection and eagle eye. So I lose out on Anticept all. But I get Chaos Brand instead. Okay. Well, this should take us to the third plane. Funny how this warp ended up being in the exact spot that device used to seal the Aureale was in the real world. Device? Are you referring to the first barrier mentioned in that report? Yeah, the one designed to temporarily freeze it in another dimensional space. Although unfortunately for the guys who pulled it off, it looks like even that wasn't enough to stop the Gospels being able to influence it. I see. We still don't know what happened to the Aureale either. There seem to be many who think that the liberal arc collapsing means that the Aureale itself is no more, too, which is possible, I suppose. All we really know is that, judging by how shaken Weissman was, something unexpected happened. Beyond that, nothing. I fear Professor Weissman may be the only one who knows the truth about exactly what happened. Although I don't have the faintest idea of where he could be right now or what he's doing there. Kevin? He hasn't told them. But the report said quite clearly no one in the church is sure what happened to him either. it's still being looked into. Still, I think it's fairly safe to say that Weissman isn't involved in what's happening here. If he were, I'm sure he'd be openly reveling in every second of this. You all know what kind of guy he is. That's true. He really doesn't have anything to gain by wearing a mask like that, I suppose. We got way too many unanswered questions at this point. All we can do is keep looking for answers. The less we know, the more we have to be on guard. On guard, though. So we'd best be careful. Right, Reese? I suppose so. She is a little mad that we're hiding the truth that we kind of saltified, Weissman. Or, didn't tell them about, saltifying him. Where are we now? Something similar to the Jade Corridor. To the Jade Corridor by the look of it. Kevin, over there. Gold and silver roads. Huh. I wonder if this will have any, like, meaningful impact which one I go down first, if, like, I have a choice. A golden and silver gate. Oh, this is foreboding. Again. Oh, the ghost we saw in Grancel. Visitors from afar. Bearers of the Grail emblem. Can you hear me? Yeah, we can. Before you stands the entrances to the twin corridors. Proceed through them, both in sync, or never shall you reach the dark depths beyond. Oh, reach them in sync. Oh, do we have to split the party in two? Oh, we have to two-man this, don't we? You know, speaking of splitting the party in two, I'm reminded and haunted by what I did in Final Fantasy V. If anyone's familiar with it, you know the tower where you go learn, I think it was Meteor and Holy, I think? Where you get the choice to split the party and try to conquer the tower in some way. I walked up the tower for one step, got into a battle, got meteored to the face and died. I never went back to it. Yeah, I never went back to it despite finishing the game. I didn't think that area was optional, but I guess it is. You know, I still can't believe that I unintentionally finished FF5 earlier than I assumed, because I thought that when I was entering, it was sort of optional-ish. Because I thought I had to trigger, like, another main set of cutscenes or something before going into the final dungeon dive. But no, apparently I just went straight through it to the end. Step forth into the corridors, the power of the Grail with you, and move onward. But beware, once you have stepped through the doors, the trial must be completed. Oh. Well, that's one question answered. Let me see that new Luke. So S-break damage when it's 100 CP is regular damage plus... It's plus your level? Wait. Level times 0.01 times regular damage. S-break is your break damage, but 1.5 times. Okay. So what does regular damage entail? Like, what makes up that regular damage? That's the important part I want to figure out. Cause like, is regular damage like the final damage thing you linked earlier, or is it like a slightly different calculation? Oh, now the next question is, who is she anyway? Look upside the final damage. Okay, so the regular damage is the fixed and random damage thing. Wait. Wait, I still don't understand though how, so does S-Break damage... Wait. But is it something that determines whether the damage from that formula is based off the like your attack or arch strength? Like I've been kind of repeating myself for a while, but is there somewhere that says like whether or not that regular damage for an S break is based off either one of those? That's what I've been hung up on this whole time. Whoever she is, she gave us some valuable advice on how to proceed. Step forth into the corridors, the power with the Grail, or of the Grail with you, and move onward. So wait, they're related to attack or arch strength, but based on the looking of their S break, but embedded in those enormous formulas. So you just kind of have to feel which one is classified as magical or physical, or sorry, like, just based on the look of the S-Break, you just have to assume which one scales on attack and which one scales on arch strength, you mean? If so, that's kinda dumb. Although it makes sense when you look at something like, you know, let's say Sanctus Nova, that's obviously magic. But like, I don't know. Because some games I've played have stuff that looks like magic but has like some formula that scales based on one or the other, if not both, in some weird way. So that's why I'm probably like confusing myself too much more than anything, but it's just with all the other stuff I've played, I can't help but question how it all works out together then. But okay, if it's based on just how it looks, then I guess I'll just have to make assumptions with... Because like, you know, it makes me wonder when you look at like Julia's S-Break. Because, like, she's not slashing anything directly with her sword, so you would imagine, like, that fancy symbol thing she carves out would be magical, right? But then with her usual scaling and her orbment setup, she would lean more towards a physical attacker. I mean, she's kind of like the same with Joshua in her orbment setup, but, like, you'd still use a fair amount of her... Or you make use of her attack more than you would her spells, right? So, like, that's like the blurry line to me. Like, is someone like Julia's S-Break, like, attack or arch strength? That's like... Yeah. A very big question mark to me. But yeah, okay, that kind of clears up things, though, with, like, you know, Estelle, Joshua... That much is obvious. Okay. And I say we take her up on that advice. Moving in sync means we're gonna have to split up, though. Or more like recent, I had to take each door at the same time while you guys tag along with whoever. That's how I took it too. If we don't do it the way she said, I doubt we'll be able to advance. Heh, they sure aren't making it easy for us, huh? That means we're going to need to split up, or we're going to need to split up, or to split up us two, so that you guys don't go in alone. Still not the most ideal situation when there are only 4 of us and things are so dangerous, but it's what we have to do. Why not ask the rest back in the garden to help us? That way we can form 2 groups of 4, and that should hopefully be good enough for any challenges up ahead. But that voice said Kevin and I needed to be the ones who step through the gates. Sure, but that's all she specified, that you and me need to go with different ones. She didn't say anything about what these guys have to do. Plus, there's no telling what's waiting for us on the other side, so we could use their help. Alright then, thank you. Not a problem. So, what should we do? Should we call everyone here right away? Even if we did, I wouldn't blame them if they wanted some time to prep before heading out. Especially since I've got a hunch that once we go in those gates, there's no backing out. So instead of calling them here, let's go back to them. And then we'll come here once we feel up to the challenge. Third plane. The dungeon on this plane requires you to form 2 parties, with Kevin and Reese as their leaders, in order to advance. Based on each of the characters you have at this point will need to be placed in one of these parties. Furthermore, after beginning the dungeon, you won't be able to return to the garden until it is complete. To begin exploring, inspect the monument at the start of the 3rd plane and choose Explore 3rd plane. Ah, okay. Ooh, look at you, Joshua. Getting extra stats on top of all that. Wait. Chloe. How bad was your sword originally? Oh. So wait. Some equipment contained in some of the chests will also change based on your team members? Huh. I mean, I guess that makes sense, since there's a combination of who you can bring into which area. Oh, dang. How much do I have at this point? Oh, wait, I can't look back here. I think I need to buy 8. Damn it. Oh boy, now they're giving us the death blow accessories too. Well, I mean... Oh wait, once we go in, we can't back out. Oh... Man, in hindsight, I really wish I grinded up my Sepith a bit more. So I can grind out the money to make sure everyone gets... I guess I just have to just spread out the accessories between everyone evenly. For sure, I'm upgrading everyone's shoes, though. That extra movement seems amazing. I need 1200 Mira. And yeah, I'm more willing to part ways with this. Normally, I'd be very, or I'd be like yelling at myself for doing something like this, but with how easy it is to farm the slime lumps for the ridiculous amounts of Sepith we get, that's actually not that bad. And poison, I think we can buy 2. Can we sell? Oh yeah, we can sell stuff. Alright, so I'm gonna need to re-equip everyone real quick. Oh, right, I forgot to equip this. Oops. We only lose on one. We lose on... Okay, that was barely anything. Oh, they both use... Oh. Damn. Hello there? Kind of a awkward message, if you don't mind me saying. Okay, I see how you are. Okay, you get the hell out of here. Just a random bot with very awkward program responses. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, they are even trying to hide, like, dumb advert bots like that. Oh my goodness. Roll spikes. Okay, this. We don't need to care about the agility. Alright, and let's go sell the other weapons we don't really need anymore. That one's special, so I'm keeping it. Hold on. I need to check if I get randomly whispered by this dumb bot. Okay. Now we're good. So wait, if I want to experience all the story branch, save before acquiring a thing in the chest and then be a boss twice? Wait. I don't think I'll really go that far though, to be honest. So you can use that. Blind. You want mute, I'm sure. Yeah, I won't have everyone enough money to go around to get everyone they exactly need. Just got to equip them with the best of. Okay, no, you're not taking these. You don't deserve these. Okay, Kevin. So you get that. speed and mute? Ah, sure. Seal. Yeah, it's good. As for Chloe, definitely mute for sure. Seal with Sieg. Blind and mute. Yeah, it's fair enough. No on the seal though. The extra range, I'm gonna have to change that to a anti-blind. Josette. Does she need it too? Sure. Like, until something else changes. She'd probably need anti-seal. The others can kind of deal with things a bit easier, or more easily. And Julia, blind, mute, fair enough. You can see fair enough. Okay, but who gets Black Bengal plus? Who really wants that extra dexterity to never miss? I would probably say... I'd probably say Joshua, right? Yeah, I'd say I give it to Joshua. Let's see, anyone need CP recovery up? That would be nice. Because the only obvious one would be Tita, but... Reese could also use some too, right? Because let's see, she has... Actually, CP recovery might be better on Kevin? Or maybe even Mueller, but I don't know. Nah, I think we're good. Okay, let's see if we can have a little talk with the party. Oh, okay, never mind. There is no talk to be had. They're just saying the same lines. Okay, so that also means, do we have everyone's orbments? Oh, I didn't check orbments. Oh. Oh. Oh man. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, I need to recruit Mueller. Okay, so let's let our main characters, or the main two here, have the first pick. So, let's see, what do I want from Kevin? Obviously that one's time only. Actually, Actually, let's go with Chloe first. So she finally gets Diamond Dust with this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, the problem with that is that she doesn't get her action. Or the range. For my lollygagging. Hey Gashi, how you doing? You can't tell me what to do. Yeah, cut me some slack here. I just did a whole bunch of reading earlier, especially with the side story with Joshua and Chloe at the Moon Door earlier. Could actually make her do some decent damage. Gashi, don't talk like that, dude. That's kind of going a bit too far. Pun or not, I won't tolerate that kind of talk here, dude. Actually, wait, can I get... let me see. Nah, I don't think I can get... Ah, dang. No death scream yet. We'll have to wait for EP Cut 4 and stuff. Do I really want? Nah, it'd be a bit too much to have Joshua have all that. Impede though. Actually, so that gets us Blue Ascension, which would be pretty strong, but aside from that, Sense only gets us Stelos, but that's kind of whatever. Or Lockrest? Go Lockrest for AoE defense, but I also don't have action, which is what's concerning me right now. What's my... Yeah, I kind of went a little bit overboard and don't have enough for action too. I actually might go back to Grand Soul Council for a little bit and see if I can farm up just a little bit of Time Quartz or Septium. So what she's missing... And there's Clock Up and stuff. Well, I can go for range too. But that doesn't really do much else for spells. Yeah, if I remove Evade 3, Tita Sideline? Not really, because if you know what I'm getting into, we're gonna split the parties going down two different ways. I'm not 100% sure whether or not we'll... I'm pretty sure we'll have to control both of them, so, you know, like, Tita will get her time, regardless of which way I go, dude. Man, this attack 3 is really tempting me. Yeah, this is the Silver Gold Road chapter. What's Lakiria do? Cures status of all allies except those KO'd. I think I'd actually just leave action 1 to be honest. Okay, so attack 3... Attack 3... Attack 3... Okay, 2 more attack 3s. Okay, yeah, so much for doing what I just said earlier with letting Father Kevin get the best of the bunch. Actually, does that change anything? We get Napalm Breath. I feel like I don't even... No, I don't even need this. I could just go... Oh, right. That's why. I guess I just keep that then? Unless I want to remove Seal, but then if I remove Seal... actually, nah, we can just put Mind here. Just said I'll prioritize last. Chloe, I already got her everything, got you everything. Okay, so this aside... I mean, I kinda have you in a similar role to Joshua, right? Actually, wait. Because, how do I want to split the party anyways? Because, I kinda want to keep, Joshua and Chloe together. But it would be interesting to... Actually, how funny would it be if I did put Chloe, Joshua, and Josette together? Oh man. Nah, but I think it'd be better if I... Okay, hold up. So how am I mixing this? So these two are the leaders. So if I were to break it down, role-wise, so AoE dealer, single dealer, mixed with Joshua, Josette's similar to Estelle in her orbits, and she kind of has a mix of crafts and other stuff, more leaning towards earth things, and Chloe is full-on spells. Okay, so if I were to break it by role, then Chloe would have to go with Reese, because Kevin would have the spell stuff handled, sorta. Do I put Joshua with... Father Kevin? Having 2 Dark Matter really helps. I can only imagine because, like, during the earlier boss fights, Dark Matter, they really buffed Dark Matter. Like, it's ridiculous how they buffed that thing. Like, yeah, it costs a lot more mana, but mana's to do a lot more damage. Yeah, I see where you're getting at, though. I can't make any more. I can't make mine 3. Okay. Three, 5. So I lose Hellgate and Shadow Spear. Although this kind of covers my bases pretty much. Yeah, I think I'll just keep with this for Father Kevin. And Reese, actually no wait. So we have those two. I guess since you two are kind of similar, I guess I'll just kind of have you the same way. Oh wait, but then... Right, she has to have a... Let me see how much that kind of screws things up. I could bring Septium Vein actually. Although this would limit Josette's... This would limit Josette a bit, but I think it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. But it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And not for it? Actually, yeah, okay. Okay, decent amount of decent coverage. Good. Tita. Action, cast, like, she, more importantly, has clock down. She doesn't really need much. Just gonna have to have Tita be a bit one-dimensional in her role. Or not exactly one-dimensional, she has like the AoE damage and AoE heals. She doesn't need to rely on spells. We'll skip over Josette. Same with Julia. Actually wait. I just noticed. 2-4. 2-4. 2-4. Oh. Yeah, the difference is the restriction with this stuff though. I would like to get Dark Matter EX, but it's kinda... Let me see. Yeah, you need 12. Cause like, let me see. Oh, you can make more. Oh, you can make more Eagle Eyes? Oh, that would be pretty nice, actually. Actually, yeah, I will go back to Granzo Castle real quick to kill one set of slime lumps. Just so I can get something going. Man, don't tempt me. Okay, let me see. So, 3, 6, 9, 14, 19. So, like, assuming we just fit all that, like, not counting what else would go into the combination. Genesic Barrier. No, it's, Yeah, for sure we can get, like, Lost Mobius and stuff like that. Although, let me see. Okay, so this one's, like, move restriction. Okay. Hey Skarlak, how you doing? Welcome to the menuing stream because I'm trying to figure out everyone's setups because we're gonna go down two split roads where we need to divide up our 8 party members into 2 parties of 4. And they said that we cannot go back, so I need to prepare now and get everyone sorted out before we move on. So yeah, just trying to make sense of everyone's setups right now. Mueller is... I don't know how I feel about Mueller, man. The man's got like basically nothing going with for him. Because it's a same situation with Agate. I don't know, man. That's usually endgame stuff in a JRPG. I guess you would think so, but with the Trails games, or like you really do need to think about your setup going from place to place. You can't just like maybe if you play on normal or easy, but on hard, you need to make sure you have good coverage of spells and like, or specialize your units in something specific that they excel in. Otherwise, if you don't give yourself the right amount of like stats or spells, you just end up kind of screwed, not being able to do what you want. It's actually pretty important. So wait, you've been enjoying Stardew a lot more than you thought you would? You're pretty worried? Switch your party out for progression for a plot is usually final dungeon stuff, like what happened with earlier Final Fantasies. Yeah, and this is chapter 3. We're not even at the halfway point in the game yet. Wait, hold on. We synthesize... Okay, we can synthesize information. Oh, well, I'm at 0. Mueller's in a very weird spot right now. Yeah, I guess like these are just kind of whatever slots because I can't imagine what I want to do with this. And now that kind of leaves Josette. Like, she has... I really don't know what to do with her. Oh well. I'll go decide on that in a bit. What's more important right now— whoops, I should not have done that. What's more important right now is that I go back to Grancel Castle real quick and go grind just a little bit on the slime lumps.